This is a call to action, kind of to myself, but also to those watching, if you are watching, is advertise your value. Put your value out into the world. Whatever is the most valuable thing, a part about you, put it out there. Put it out there to the world, right? That's pretty much what I'm doing when I post these videos, right? Like my value is up here, and I've decided to put my thoughts out into the world, as much as possible. I need to do a lot more of it actually, but put your value out there. Put your value out into the world. Like show people the best parts of you, right? And I've been having this thought because, I've always been the type of person where I was, I don't want to say afraid, but hesitant to promote myself, right? And I didn't always used to be like that. When I was a young adult, 18, 19, 20, early 20s, especially when I was doing music, I had no problem putting myself out there. I had no problem advertising myself. I had no problem, going out, passing out CDs to people, going to events and shit, and just putting myself out there, right? But as I got older, I noticed that it got a little harder to do. And for whatever reason, it's something that I'm still kind of working through now. But it became something that I really was hesitant to do as I got older, right? And it manifested into my music. I think part of me was affected by some of the responses I would get from my music, that's on me. Not everybody's gonna like you, but I think I was affected by some of the responses that I got from my music, and I think that kind of caused me to kind of go into this shell, this bubble. You know what I mean? I kind of retracted as far as the music is concerned, right? And I stopped putting myself out there. I stopped advertising myself the way I used to. And like I said, I stopped putting myself out there. I kind of went into this bubble, where I just kind of contained myself. I didn't really put myself out there. I didn't really express myself for the longest time. I didn't really speak my mind a lot or speak my truth. I would be very quiet a lot of times, right? Still am. I'm still like that, right? But I'm noticing that there's a part of me now that's like, all right, we're done with that. Hey, let's get out here. People need to hear what we got to say. People need to know us. People know me. People need to know me, right? And like I said, it's one of the things I'm really working through right now, right? Is just expressing myself more. You know what I'm saying? And I've always had this mentality that if I'm expressing myself, there's gotta be a reason. It's gotta turn into something, right? Doing music, right? I was doing music because it's like, all right, this has to turn into a career. This has to become my way of getting out of working for a living. This has to be my way of getting out of Toledo, or else what's the point of doing it? Or if I'm not going to, if it's not going to take me somewhere, right? I've always had, for as long as I can remember, I've had that mentality. And I don't know if it was something that somebody asked me, or something that somebody said to me, or just like a thought that I created. But it's like I've always had this what's the point mentality when it comes to expressing yourself, when it comes to creating, right? And I'm getting to the point now where I'm trying to give myself permission to create. You know what I'm saying? To create without expectations, to create without thinking that it has to turn into something, that it has to become a venture of some sort, that it has to become a business of some sort, right? You know, expressing myself just for the sake of expressing myself, because the shit up here that needs to get said. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, that's just something that I'm really working through. I don't know where exactly. It's going to take some soul searching to figure out where that point was where I made the decision, so to speak, to that anytime I express myself or create anything, there has to be a purpose behind it. It has to turn into something. Like this needs to lead me to getting this accomplished, or getting that accomplished, or this result. And I think it's like I said, as I'm talking through it, oh, there is a Planet Fitness coming. Yes. Sorry. But as I'm talking myself through it, I'm starting to realize that, you know, part of it is an outcome independence. Somewhere I've developed a dependence on a particular outcome. You know, I've developed this need to try to prevent certain outcomes. And now that I'm older, I'm starting to understand myself. I'm starting to understand a lot of things about life a lot more. You know, obviously that's not the way to go. You know, you got to give yourself permission to express yourself and put your thoughts out into the world and take risks and create and do things without expectations, without the reliance on a particular outcome. You have to give yourself permission to do these things, to just express yourself. You know what I'm saying? To put yourself out there, just because, right? Just because it's in there. You know what I'm saying? Just because it's in there. No other reason other than the fact that it's in you. It's in your mind, it's in your heart. Let it out. You know, in whatever way you have to. Whether it's, you know, you turning it into lyrics and putting it on a song, you know. And I like what Prince said, right? Prince said that, you know, it doesn't matter what reviewers and critics say about music or a piece of art. The piece of art is already successful because it's been created. How other people perceive that creation is irrelevant, because it was a success when it was created, when the artist brought it into fruition, right? So anything that you express out of you is a success. I like that. Anything you express is a success because you got it out. You didn't hold it in. True failure is when you hold in a gem that you possibly had. Man, I like these. I like doing these videos. I need to get back on it. I need to, you know, get back consistent with doing these videos, because apparently I be dropping knowledge. But yes, anything that you express is a success, regardless of what anybody says or, you know, how anybody else feels. It's a success because you got it out of you. How many people died with so much in them that they didn't get out, that they didn't let out, that they didn't say, that they didn't do, right? That they didn't go for, right? And to bring it all home, you know, again, not everybody is going to like the message. the message is going to rub some people the wrong way, depending on what you express, what you decide to express. Sometimes what you express isn't going to it's going to rub some people the wrong way. But again, if it's in you, you have to get it out. And again, if you didn't like the message, that's okay. But I want to mention somebody who put their message out, who expressed themselves, and it's still kind of muddy whether it's true or not. But the fact that apparently Kevin Samuels passed away yesterday. Again, you might not like his message. I didn't like his message. But he expressed himself. He expressed himself, and he became a success. He gained outward success. Yes, he did. But he expressed himself regardless of what the outcome was, or what the end result was from the outside world. He expressed himself, and the world knows his name now because of that, right? So whether you liked his message or not, you have to respect that he expressed himself. He put himself out there. He advertised what his value was, and he put it out there. He made a name, and now his name will be remembered. So if it's true, like I said, it seems so muddy whether or not it's true, but apparently it is true. So if it is true, rest in peace to Kevin Samuels. And put yourself out there, man. Live your life, speak your truth, express yourself. Not everybody's going to like it, but not everybody does, or not everybody has to, because again, what you express is already a success. Talk to you next time.